Welcome back to Cody's Movie Cave. Today I want to talk about one that's been out on Blu-ray, been out on streaming for a little while, and it came out this year, spring of this year actually, and it was a pretty decent movie. It didn't do too great at the box office, I don't believe, but I liked it because it was different, it was quirky. And that movie I'm going to talk about is the Nick Cage movie, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. What a mouthful for a title, right? It's a big, long mouthful. I just call it the Nicolas Cage movie about Nicolas Cage. That's right. Who else could pull off a story this crazy? And I'll tell you what it's about. You want to hear what it's about? Okay. So, in this wildly entertaining action comedy, and that's what it is, it's got action and comedy. Hence, action comedy. Anyway, Oscar winner Nicolas Cage plays, you guessed it, he plays himself, Nick Cage, in sort of this meta type, role. Anyway, creatively unfulfilled and bomb after movie bomb and critics bashing and all this and that, Nick Cage is in financial ruin. Pretty much mirrors his actual life, it's about him, sort of. Anyway, it's a fictionalized version of Cage, so it's kind of about him. It takes inspiration from some of his actual, life and references some of his movies, but it's fictionalized. It's not a straightforward biopic, hence it's meta. Get it? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, he accepts this $1 million offer after, another bombed audition and another bombed movie. He finally accepts this offer from a fan to come to this tropical South American island to entertain him for the weekend or whatever. Kind of like attend a birthday party for a deranged fan type situation. And that fan is played by none other than Pedro Pascal, which is, we all know, the Mandalorian. That's right, Mando is in this movie. And he plays this kind of offbeat, quirky drug kingpin, who's not all the way evil and bad, but he's into some bad, shady stuff. So, yeah. And things kind of take an unexpected curve when the CIA approaches him, and one of the CIA officers is Tiffany Haddish. This chick's hilarious in everything, so she's hilarious in this as well. So he must kind of act as this undercover CIA operative to bring down this drug kingpin. But what winds up happening is he becomes friends with the dude. They hang out. He's there, he's cool. He's a good hang. This drug kingpin, he is. Javier. That's his character's name. Javi. That's what old Nick Cage calls him. And so, anyway, they become friends, and things are not all as it seems. It's a great movie. It's funny. It's got some action in it. I love the pop culture references to Nicolas Cage, his work, his movies. Javi actually has a lifestyle version of Nicolas Cage's character in Face Off, Castor Troy, which is really cool, And so they kind of poke fun here and there about some of Nick Cage's movies and his decisions. And so, yeah, it's just a fun movie, and I think it's cool that, Nick Cage can kind of poke fun at his own self and get a good laugh at it. And it just makes for a really cool, original movie. This was probably, I would say, the most original type movie I've seen in early 2022, first quarter of movie releases. It's a really really good movie. He kind of has to channel his iconic skills from some of his beloved characters to become a real life action hero. And so, yeah, it's quirky, it's funny. A lot of Nick Cage movies that's come out in the past couple of years, has been these straight to DVD or straight to on-demand type releases, these cheapy, low-budget action movies, and it's been one bomb after the other for the poor guy. but he's made a decent living doing that, and he's actually in real life, you know, he got in debt really big. He spent a lot of money, much similar to Johnny Depp, but some of the money he spent was for good causes. You know, his mom, he said, was you know, having some health issues, and he kind of had to help her out, so he spent a lot of his money for that, and he kind of had to dig himself back out of a hole, and to which he said he's done. He said he's, you know, pretty much debt free after doing, you know, 60 plus of these string of bummer movies. You know, it must be finding an audience somewhere, but yeah, really good. You know, this movie was supposed to be his comeback, you know, his big actual theatrical released comeback movie, and I really hoped that would have been the case for him, but apparently it just didn't do that well at the box office. Critics loved it though, however, you know, which is a good thing for him. The critics loved it, and this is one of the movies where the critics I actually agree with for once. You know, this was a good movie. Good kudos to Nick Cage, great cast. Pedro Pascal is, you know, he's awesome as this sort of airheaded super fan. You know, you think I'm a movie nerd? This character that he plays in this movie puts me to shame. This dude is legit. If I had this kind of money, I would probably have some of this stuff too myself. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway, Pedro Pascal, Tiffany Haddish is great. You know, lots of great characters. Even though NPH, Neil Patrick Harris, shows up in this movie as playing a fictionalized version of Nicolas Cage's agent. So, yeah, like I said, it's not a biopic. It's not a true story about Nicolas Cage, but it's inspired about Nick Cage, and it's him playing him, sorta, in this weird, quirky little movie. So yeah. It's rated R for language throughout, so yeah, sorry kiddos, this Nick Cage movie is not for you. It's not The Croods, even though they do reference The Croods in this movie, which was pretty funny. But it's got, you know, some sexual references and some violence. It's pretty violent little action comedy. So yeah, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. You can go buy you a hard copy, which is what I did. Or you can get the digital version on Apple, Vudu, Amazon, all these sorts of things. It's not streaming anywhere yet for free. That being said, it will eventually pop up somewhere. So if you want to hold out for that, check it out then. But if not, and you want to check it out now, go get you a copy. You know, it's worth the watch. It's a good little movie, I thought. It's 107 minutes, so it's not too long. So you're not sitting there for a really long drug out. Weird, you know, this is not an indie sort of meta drama movie. It's funny. It's got some comedy in it, and it's got some action. So, Nick Cage, his first big movie in a really long time. Check it out. It's a good one. I liked it. And as always, this is my personal opinion. And opinions like butts. Everybody's got one. Some of them stink. That's kind of my Nick Cage. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm Nick Friggin! Okay!
What's the worry here, Nick? You've lost some of your talent as an actor?
No. What did he say?
He says he loves you, but he went in a different direction.
I'm done. I'm quitting acting.
Ah, man, I'm driving through the hills. I'm sorry. One more time.
We got another offer. It's $1 million. It's to attend a wealthy gentleman's birthday party.
The guy that owns this house, what's his name?
Javi, Mr. Cage.
Excuse me, is Javi going to want me to, you know?
I'm not sure I understand.
Look, if Javi...
I am Javi.
Nick Cage. God, this place is stunning. What is your favorite movie? That's one of those questions that's impossible to answer. You can't just limit it to one.
Imagine me and you, I do.
Is it too much? Is this supposed to be me? It's grotesque. I'll give you 20,000 for it. I don't know, that was a cliff. We could have died.
I'm in position.
I think that's the actor Nick Cage.
Nick Cage, I love you. Have you seen Croods 2?
I'm 44 years old. Why would I see Croods 2? I've seen Face Off and Con Air. What do you guys want?
We're with Central Intelligence. Do you know who you're spending time with? One of the most ruthless men on the face of this planet. I need you to help the U.S. government.
Let's kill this love.
Find a way into that room, Nick.
I can see myself doing more of this stuff. I think I might have a real gift for it.
Good, because we got another mission for you.
No.
Your friend is working for the U.S. government.
Don't lie to me.
Are those my golden guns?
They're my golden guns. I don't want to kill you. You're the last person I want to kill. I love you. I love you.
You plus me, sadly, can be dangerous.
I'm Nick Friggin!